Thank you for joining us on the TGIF edition of the headlines on Petals 102.3 FM. My name is Tony Adeoye. A quick reminder to be a part of this program, please join our platforms. On Telegram, it's official Maestro Petals. On WhatsApp, the number to add is 070-555-66624. You can listen in from any either through our website, the address www.petalsponsors.com. You can good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Good to be back here.
All right, I'll check the platform first for the story we have Ademola Ogunlade. Good morning, person. How? There is no doubt that removal of subsidy of petrol products is irreversible. However, all steps should be taken by the federal government at ensuring that our refineries are repaired and functioning. After all, the APC promised to fix all of this in 2015, and they were good enough to the president ultimately said we shall be Olabanji Lembola reacted to Akole Ismail's and a story about Oyo APC nomination. He says, one thing I have come to know about the Middle is that anyone who is loyal to or invested in him will never lose. Nigerians have invested in him. A good number have been loyal to him. The dividend of Nigerians' investment and loyalty to him will come soon, I believe. All right. Now, Babatunde Adegoke, with the emergence of Ganduje as APC's national chairman, it has clearly showed that APC is a party of rogue, political armed robbers and renowned criminals. And Olubenga Adesina says, show us a party of angels and saints, please. Then he replies, that is my opinion. You can continue to search for your party of angels, even among thieves. There's honor. All right. We also have Raji Afiz Abidemi. Good morning, Baba Maestro. On the issue of NLC versus federal government court saga. Honestly, federal government are not sincere with NLC. Why will FG sue NLC to court? That is why Nigerians don't trust federal government again. Look at the issue of ASU, what was to come out of it. Federal government scooped them to resume back to work without paying 8 months salary up till now. Time will tell. All right, while we wait for more comments, let's just go back to the stories we have. And I'll be starting with the stories we treated earlier. The federal government has threatened a no work, no pay for the striking medical doctors, and that those who are interested in working, when they get to work, they are to sign an attendance register. An attendance register is to be put in place for them when they get to work, that they will sign when they get to work. Do you think this no work, no pay? I mean, the threat was made when ASU was on its previous strike, the 8-month strike. Do you think this is the right way to go about to get these doctors to get back to work?
It's not the right way to go. It's like force. The federal government is planning to use force as against the right way, or what we can say to be the right way, which is negotiation. That's always been what we've always had, like we're having now with NLC, like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had with NLC 2 nights ago. I think the federal government should not hold the part of forcing the resident doctors back to work, because let's think about it. What did we achieve with ASU when we told this same line? What did we achieve with ASU when Dr. Chris Ngige was spitting fire and brimstone? And the strike still went on for 8 months until then Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, intervened and spoke with ASU and promised them some things, and then they decided to call off that strike. I think negotiation is always the way out. See, there should always be compromises. You should learn to shift ground. You can't be here and just decide and be so adamant that this is where you are going to be. This is what I've always said. There's a reason these doctors are going on strike. There's a reason. They have demands. They have what they are asking you for. And it is not, they have even said that the speaker, Abbas, said they should be reasonable in their demands. And I really found that I found it very insulting. Because before these doctors come and ask what they are asking, they know. They know that it is within the capacity of the federal government. They know it's within the capacity of the federal government to do this. You understand? So I think it's insulting, honestly. If they come and say no work, no pay. When did it start? Is that the culture? How can we make that culture? People that are telling you that they do not want to work, there is a reason for it. Why don't you want to address it? Why don't you want to address it? The Senate is there, the House of Reps is there. They have their own way of making lives comfortable for themselves. They do not have to go on strike because they are the ones determining what they get. They determine their pay. Remember, it was they determine what they get. Ramfax said they are not the ones that is even saying what the National Assembly members are getting. The National Assembly members are the ones determining their own pay. So they do not have to go to work. But I bet it with you, if anything misses of their allowances, if there is a delay in their allowances, Tony, we are going to hear it in this country. Remember when they were going to buy cars for themselves, or Jeeps or Prado, whatever it was they were going to buy for themselves. And Nigerians were like, why do you need this? Why? There was so much about it. There was so much issue. There was so much discussion about it. They were adamant. They were adamant, and they just go ahead and do what they like. They just go ahead and make the purchases for themselves. So they don't have to go on strike. They don't have to ask anyone's permission to do whatever they want to do. But now it's because these resident doctors are answerable to them. It's like everyone looks up to these people for us to get whatever it is that we think we want to get from this policy. That's why the government can come out to say that if you don't work, you are not going to get paid. Are they saying they are not going to work? Why are they saying they do not want to work? Why are they saying it's just like NLC now. The injunction is on NLC not to go on strike. So how do you want people to express their displeasure? How do you want Nigerians, how do you want workers to express their displeasure when they cannot go on strike? You have gotten a court injunction against them to stop them from going on strike. So you want them to keep working in that condition that they are complaining about. You want them to keep working with that salary that they are complaining about. You want them to keep working. Imagine, workers are demanding that monies that have been deducted from their salaries should be remitted in the appropriate. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do this to ourselves? You take money from these people's salaries, you take it right from the source, and you have failed to remit it to the right places, to the right. Why are you deducting this money from them? Is there not a reason that you are deducting this money? Is there not something you are deducting this money for? Now you are deducting the money, you are not putting it in the right places. Now they got to this account, they met zero. And they are protesting. But now you have now gone to court to tell them not to go on strike. Why? It's like beating a child and asking the child not to cry. You are taking from them. They keep taking from us. They keep taking from us. They're saying no work, no pay. The doctors, just look at the healthcare sector. Look at the situation that we are in. Look at everywhere. They are asking for better working conditions. They are asking for a better welfare. They are asking for increase because they know that they deserve it. Their counterparts have left this country. Now they are here. You can't even do right by them. And then you were planning to pass a law to stop doctors from traveling out of the country. Can you imagine? All they just want to do is to force people. They want to force you to be patriotic. They want to force you to serve your country. And they are up there eating all, they are enjoying all there is to enjoy. They are enjoying. They are spending all the money. We are doing everything for them to make their life easy. And they will look down at us here. They will talk down at us. They will tell you no work, no pay. Instead of calling for a negotiation, instead of begging, appealing to these people, instead of calling them to a round table and promising them and trying as much as possible to even do part of these things that these people are asking for. It's not like it's impossible. It's not that we can't afford it. We can't afford it. The federal government of Nigeria can afford everything that our people are asking for. We have that capacity. But it's just that we feel, look at what was ASU asking for? What was ASU asking for? What is NARD asking for? What is NLC asking for that we cannot do?
We're still on strikes and protests. Now, barely 24 hours after the meeting with the president, where an agreement was reached to call off their protest, the rapprochement between the organized labor and the federal government appears to have collapsed as the unions on Thursday night vowed to embark on a nationwide strike from August 14th if their leaders were summoned for contempt of court. Remember that they were filed for contempt of court on Thursday, on Wednesday, before their meeting with the president. Yeah. And I was expecting that it should have been withdrawn, but apparently it has not been. And then August 14th, they want to go on strike if it's not withdrawn.
Honestly, I think NLC is confused. Honestly, see, I even saw a picture of NLC President Joe Ajaero with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Sadidi Alake, and the rest of them at that meeting on that night. I don't know if you saw that picture. I saw that picture. The posture for me, it did not depict the anger that NLC says it's expressing. I know that you can't meet the president and be all angry and bone face and all that, but there's a way to express yourself physically. There's a way you stand. There's a way you make your face in such a way that people that you claim you are fighting for, whose interest you claim you are protecting, they will know that, okay, this guy is still on our side. He's not going to look like, what it bounce on. No. We knew that the president called you for a meeting. There was going to be a meeting. We didn't expect you to be all stubborn, adamant, rude, and you understand. But at least you should have gone into that meeting well prepared. Why did you come out of that meeting to suspend your protest?
Well, they said the president already assured them that he was going to work on palliatives, and also that the committee to work on the palliatives, headed by the chief of staff, as Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, would be reconstituted.
What was new in all that? Tony, what was new in all that? Now, the president already said this much on that broadcast of Tuesday night. Did he not? Was it Tuesday or Monday?
Monday.
The president said that much. So what did he tell them at that meeting that made them suspend that protest? What? That's why I said NLC is confused as far as I'm concerned. What I do not now know is if it is a deliberate confusion. Honestly.
Is that deliberate confusion?
Well, no, honestly, probably it's what they want to look like. Like they want to look confused so that people will think they are working. Because I do not understand. You have not gotten what you want. This person has not done what you are asking. There's nothing new that the president told them that the president didn't say in that broadcast. So why did they change their mind? I knew it. I knew that there was going to be a meeting and they were going to suspend whatever it was. You know, it was going to be a strike before, the grandfather of all strikes. But they came out and said they had restructured the strike. Now they are going to have a protest, nationwide protest. Was going to commence, which means by now we should still be having the protest. But now there was a meeting and boom, everything changed. Now we are back there. They are see very soon already. They are already a toothless whatever it is. But honestly, it's going to get worse if NLC continues like this. It's going to get worse. They are going to get to a stage that they will talk like this, and the federal government will just be talking like this. They will be talking this way, and the federal government will be doing its own thing this way. Nobody is going to even call them. They are still honoring them by calling them for these meetings. Soon they are just going to lose it, that no one is going to call them for anything anymore. Already the workers don't even trust them. The people they claim to represent don't trust them. Nobody trusts them. Nobody trusts them. This meeting that they had, will there not be Alejoni? Will there not be? They should come out and tell us, okay, this meeting we had, the president offered us entertainment, but we rejected it because we were there for serious business. They should come out and tell us. Then we will know that they are really, really fighting for us. Because I do not believe that you are going to have an audience with president and you go like that. So what was the purpose of and now what is now the purpose of this threat again? They are threatening to go. It's like they are jokers, and they have taken us also as jokes. They have taken us as jokes. They feel they can just wake up and just announce tomorrow workers should get ready for the grandfather of all strikes. We are going to go on strike, and this time there is no going back. This time we want to mobilize all our members from the east, from the west, from the. It's not enough. It's like an insult to us. Because you have not put yourself in order. You yourselves, you have not even agreed on what is it that you want. They had said that the federal government should return the subsidy. Now we are not talking about that again. We are talking about minimum wage, increment in minimum wage. Now what are we talking about again? Now we are planning to go on strike because they want the federal government to withdraw the court injunction. What can you imagine that? So that's why all of us should get ready to go on strike or protest again. Seriously?
Now I'm back to the medical world. Remember the doctor who lost her life in Lagos? Now, a Twitter user, she has described the last moments before the death of Wavere Diasu, the medical doctor at the Lagos Island General Hospital. Diasu had died on Tuesday after an elevator she was in at the General Hospital fell from the 10th floor. The disease was said to have been on her way to the ground floor to pick up a food delivery from a dispatch rider when the incident happened. Moye, who described the incident, who also works at the hospital, said she was standing in front of the elevator and pressed the open button but didn't enter because she was on a video call. She said it wasn't long after that she heard the big crash to the floor, which made the dispatch rider who brought the food for Diasu run out of the building. The doctor said someone then raised the alarm that Wabiri was in the elevator, adding that they immediately began seeking for help to bring her out of the elevator. Quote, they tried to use rod to open it to be sure it wasn't a joke. They finally opened it and the sight was gruesome. Muffled sound of excruciating pain and agony became apparent. Her forehead had a horizontal cut, her mouth had another one, and she had raccoon eyes. She was lying in between the base of the elevator and the ground floor, with the engine hanging over her head, which meant any miscalculation in movement should be crushed to instant death. So it was literally she was literally sandwiched in between the hanging engine and below the ground floor, with blood on broken glasses and fractured limbs. It's not a sight to describe. She said, I remember telling her to relax, that help was coming. She said, don't tell me to relax, tell them to get me out of here. We eventually got her out and she kept saying she thinks she would die. Emergency care was almost zero, and inside the hospital for that matter, there was no blood in the hospital. Now, it's sad to read this. It's sad to know someone has to go through all of this. Why can't we just do better? Maintain everything. Elevators keep having problems. This happens, you have it. Nothing is basically working. This could have been avoided. Because I saw people give comments and someone was like he or she almost had the same experience in the same elevator and that they remembered complaining but nothing happened.
You know, I always ask, and honestly, when I ask that question, it's the way I feel. And that question is, why do we do this to ourselves? Why? Is it out of wickedness? Is it out of selfishness? Is it out of incompetence or ignorance? Honestly, Tony, this is a general hospital. This is a hospital environment, and there was no blood. There was no blood. The emergency service was zero. Can you beat that? Only from the 10th floor. It's honestly, see, such an accident cannot happen in a house at a home. Do you understand me? And it will be this, and the rescue service or operation will be this bad in a place that is not a hospital environment. I'm sure the rescue operation. Look at what we had on Obacron Road, for crying out loud. Just ordinary people, not NEMA, not not no health care person was on ground on that day. But people, ordinary Nigerians, rescued the pilot in that crashed helicopter. That is how human Nigerians can get. You know, I watched that video and I was telling my husband, I said, just look at these people. Some people they will run there, they will risk their lives, they will run there and they will feel we can still rescue these people. Let's quickly do something before this thing catches fire so they don't die. They are not doctors, they are not firefighters. But just look at that place, that big general hospital. Look at the physical structure. Look at it. But within it is a rot, a big rot. And now, you know what pains me most? No one is going to get punished for this. Nobody. That elevator, I read it's been recorded. They have reported that it's not good. They said they allocated money to fix it. Then a rushed job was done. They just quickly patched and patched. That's what we like to do. We patch everything. We patch our roads.
You know, I have a tweet here from 12th of January 2020 where someone said the doctor's quarters at General Hospital Lagos has 10 floors. It's a non-functional elevator and no running water. Doctors who live on 10th floor, including pregnant women, climb the stairs multiple times daily. Are we going to wait till someone dies before things are done?
That's it. Now somebody has died. That's what, see, avoidable deaths are what we usually record in this country. Something could have just been done. If that elevator had been fixed, this lady would not have died. And one CMD, or what do they have there? One Oga is going to sit at the top there. One madam is going to sit up there. And they will start speaking English. And they will start speaking English. And nobody is going to get anyone punished. Nobody is going to, there's going to be no consequence. Totally zero. We are just going to glide over this one again, just like we always do. We are going to just report it. We are going to speak several English that we know to speak. We are going to issue statements. We are going to go on condolence visits. We are going to give money. We are going to, that's what we do. That's how we handle cases like this in this country. No one is going to ask who was responsible for the fixing of this elevator. Who should have fixed it? Who failed to do this? Nobody. Nobody. The money that was allocated is never going to be traced. How that money moved from where it was allocated to where it was spent to what it was spent on. No one is going to trace it, and no one is going to get punished for this. So that girl would have just died. Now I'm sure she had died for the fun of it.
Well, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has vowed thoroughly investigate.
No, that's it. I don't even want to hear the vowing. They vow a lot. They vow. I don't know if we even understand the meaning of that word, vow. I don't know if we understand it. What are we talking about? So we can't even maintain an elevator. See this elevator in Cocoa House here too. There was a time they said it fell. They tried to cover it. It did not wound somebody. It wounded somebody. They were working on it. They said they should not go through it. The person defied. We always come up with stories. As much as possible, I don't like climbing public elevators. I don't like it. Light can go. Light goes.
My first time in the elevator in Secretariat in Abuja, I was skeptical. But since I went with my uncle, I was like, he won't take me into trouble.
Okay. Was he the one responsible for? So honestly, see, if light goes off, you are going to be there.
Yes.
If they start the generator, it doesn't start, you are going to be there. So once you are entering an elevator in a public place in Nigeria, just say your last prayers. Just say it in advance and just pray for mercy. As I'm going, let me land in peace. No, honestly, that's it. It's just like when you want to travel on our roads. Everywhere is a death trap in this country. And should it be? Should it be? Is it for the lack of resources or what? That's why I said I don't know if it is ignorance, ineptitude, wickedness, or selfishness. I honestly do not know. Because if you take out that money allocated for the fixing of that elevator, it's not going to come out from your salary. It's not going to affect your extra allowances. It is not going to take a dime out of anything you are entitled to. So what is stopping you from doing the right things? Why don't you want to do the right things? And I will not be surprised if their ogas in that general hospital have their separate elevators that take them. I will not be surprised. Nigerian leaders, hey, they know how to take care of themselves. They will separate themselves from the rest of you. So anything that happens to you is your business. They are probably going to have private elevators that they are going to be checking and be servicing every month. I won't be surprised if they have it. Because I'm sure that their guy in that place will not be going through that public elevator and know that it is faulty and will not have asked them to fix it. Roads get fixed when our presidents are coming.
Elections are
No, not even election now. When the president is coming to visit. And if it is a local government area, when the governor is coming to visit the area, you will see rush. They will start doing jobs on the road. They will start fixing the roads. Then there will be lights. They will, the street lights will be on from point A to point Z because our guy is visiting. For how long are we going to pretend? We cannot pretend forever. We can't. For how long? It's very, very, very sad. And 2 weeks to the end of our house. It's very sad. It's very sad.
Still on the same story. Netizens have continued to react to a viral video of the Lagos State First Lady, Tgif Sanwo-Olu, where she attributed the death of Dr. Wavere to arrow fired into the health family. She said, an arrow has been fired into the health family. The 1st of August is a day I will never forget. The same day a helicopter crashed. The same day a lift drops down. How? Now, then there have been reactions. They said she described it as let me say it. Anything can go wrong, will go wrong at the worst possible time. Murphy's law. That's why maintenance is very important. Then someone said that she said it means that it's a spiritual attack.
Oh, well, I don't know. If she says an arrow has been shot or fired, it could be figurative. So I don't think, because I don't know, but I don't think she meant it spiritually. She just said that something bad has happened to the health sector, and well, I will agree with her. Something bad has happened, but it is. See, we talk too much. So honestly, I feel people plan what they are going to say. They plan their speeches when things go wrong. For when things go wrong. You get my point. They prepare what they are going to type. And in this day of social media, people prepare. That's how I wonder sometimes they tell you someone is grieving and the person is on social media typing. I'm so sad. They said the person just lost her son or his son. And the person is on Facebook. You are going to see that person typing on Facebook. I'm so sad right now. I don't know how. I don't understand how it works. I don't know how it works, but it's like we feel some kind of gratification now to speak, to write, to type when there is a tragedy. I don't know, because I honestly don't understand what she's saying. An arrow has been fired. Yes, we know, but what have you done? So now this is your fifth term as the first lady of Lagos State. You have never visited that general hospital. No, 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 no. You have never heard about the rot in that place as the first lady of Lagos State. You have never for once been intimated that, okay, this is the condition of this place for the sake of womanhood, for the sake of motherhood. You have never. Is that what she's telling us? An arrow has been fired. So what has she done to prevent that arrow? And now what is she going to do to prevent further arrows from being shot? Talk is cheap, my dear.
Now we're moving to the APC. The APC finally approved former governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, as the new national chairman. But the opposition has a lot to say. They from the PDP, they think it is. Let me put it in their words. All right. Okay. The Labour Party, that I can find that from the Labour Party, they said when you have somebody who has a lot of credibility issues hanging on his neck, what good will he bring? In fact, as we speak today, Ganduje is almost being chased out of Kano because of the atrocities he committed in the state. I am from Kano. Is this the same person the APC is making its own national chairman? Come on, they can do better. It means the entire party lacks credibility.
Mm, are you done reading?
Okay. Now the PDP says that it is by appointing Ganduje, notoriously referred to as Gandola by Nigerians, over the infamous video of him barefacedly taking okay, blah, blah, blah. It also underscores APC's impunity and insensitivity to the demands of honesty, integrity, and moral rectitude required of public office holders. He said, cesspit of corruption and a haven of thieves, bribe takers, and treasury.
So, all these names that they have called the APC, which of them does not apply to the PDP? No, no.
Yes.
Which of them does not apply to the PDP? Why was Wike and the G5 governors at loggerheads with the party? Why? Because they had issues with Iyocha Ayu as the chairman of that party. And the issues it ranged from financial to moral to what have you. So it's PDP there is just playing opposition, so we just leave it at that. But Tony, It's not news. It's just that it's now official.
Yes.
We have known it since, and we knew him. We knew that he was going to emerge, and now that he has emerged, it's just there's no difference really. There's no difference. They are they are just going to be compensating themselves. When his name did not appear in the ministerial nominee list, we knew, of course, that definitely he was going to be the chairman of that party. It's okay. Where are we coming from? We are coming from Oyebu, then to Shomole, now to
Adamu.
Adamu. Where are we now? We are at Ganduje. What's the difference? There's no difference really. Yes, Gandola is just it's no longer it's funny if it's not sad, honestly, because that's the best APC can do at this time. And what does that say of the party? What does that make the party? So we look through the APC and we could not get someone else but Ganduje. Ganduje with that load of accusation hanging on him. See, it's how we belittle ourselves in this country. Because we just look at all of them, then you honestly probably not going to find anyone that is clean. Look at Akpabio, Oji Uzokalu, that was crying at the valedictory session. I don't know if you saw the video. He was crying.
I did.
He felt a whole rush of emotions. He felt betrayed. He felt beaten. He felt he was sad. He just lost his wife too, and he felt he's done a lot for this country, and that they are repaying him in a very bad way by not making him the Senate president. And he could not hold back the tears. Look at our Senate president of today. Look at him. Is he clean? On what moral ground is he standing? I'm asking. So Ganduje is one of them.
The tears, permit me. Was it because he wanted to work for Nigerians and he could not, or
No, he felt betrayed. How? Because he said that much, that he has spent his money, that he has given so much to this country. He has expended for the country, and now they don't want him. No. So they don't want him to be Senate president. It was bad enough. So he could elicit such tears from him on the day because he was bidding the Senate farewell. For the next 4 years now, he's probably not going to. We don't know because appointments are still coming. So we don't know if he's still going to be compensated in one way or the other. But it's the best the APC can do for now. I think we should just
rest?
we should just rest and just move on. It's not like we can change it. It's not like we all don't know. They are all the same. The PDP is going to say this much, but they should come out. All these adjectives that they have used to qualify the APC, they should come out and tell us which of them does not apply to them too.
Okay, now still on appointments, compensations, and all of that. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have expressed their dissatisfaction over the commissioner nominees list transmitted to the House last Friday by the Lagos State Governor. The lawmakers who spoke during plenary on Thursday said the list did not reflect their expectations and those of their constituencies. The clerk of the Assembly, Mr. Olalekan Onofeko, who read the letter, reacting to the governor's letter, the lawmakers lamented the exclusion of some local governments and constituents from the list. While some urged the governor to take another look at his list, others urged that the nominees' local government areas should be added. Raising a matter of urgent public importance, lawmaker representing Ikorodu 2, Abiodun, told his colleagues that despite contributing to the success of the All Progressives Congress in the last election, Ikorodu got one
clothes in the list.
The deputy majority leader of the House also lamented the absence of any nominee from Ikeja. The story is lengthy. My question from the first thing and my question still, is it supposed to be compensation? Is it not appointment to come and serve the people, to work for the people? Aren't you just supposed to look for somebody who can work in that office, put them there, regardless of
Whichever way you look at it, it has to go around. Tony, we are human beings. If you want to look at it as compensationary, it has to go around. If you want to look at it as coming to serve the state, it has to go around. So are you telling me that there's nobody in Ikeja that is ready and competent to serve the state? No. So it's just one person that can serve, that has the capacity to serve in Surulere. Is that what you're saying? So if you now want to look at it in the area of compensation, okay, are you saying it's only one person that should be compensated in Surulere and nobody should be compensated in Ikeja? Is that what you're saying? So whichever way you look at it, it has to go around. And one thing I just say is, you can't we all can't get something at the same time. That is it. And these leaders, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I'm sure these decisions are difficult for them. You do not know the pressure that they are subjected to come up with these names. Look at what is happening in Oyo State now. There is a lot. People are saying the nominees, the ministerial nominees, are both from Ibadan. In Oyo State here, that why are they, the two of them, why are they both from Ibadan? Are there no other zones in Oyo State that worked for the emergence of President Bola Tinubu? Is that what we are saying? And I'm even hearing that they are both from the same local government as Governor Seyi Makinde. You understand? I read that much somewhere, so I really, I don't even know the second person that is from Ibadan. I don't know. Do you know the second nomination from Oyo State? I don't know the person. Do you get it? So they see that balance cannot be achieved. That balance cannot be achieved. We'll just have to wait, and that's why when they do like 2 years, they reshuffle the cabinet. They reshuffle the cabinet and they bring in new sets. Like I always say, you have chopped a little, you to come and chop. That's what we do. So if we are looking at it as compensationary or compensatory, it has to go round. And if we are looking at it in the area of competence and coming to serve the country, Tony, it has to also go round. We all deserve to be there. We all deserve to get something. If we are all looking to get, if that is what it has come down to, getting something, then we all deserve to get something. So these people that are fighting, it's a very, very legitimate fight. I can't blame them. I don't blame them. Because only you do not know, you cannot begin to imagine how much sacrifice some people made during the elections. You cannot begin to you can't begin to imagine it. So people like that are going to feel very bad. They are going to feel betrayed if the positions now go to people they know or feel did not work as much as they worked during the election. You understand me? So it's normal for people to feel like this, but I'm sure, Tony, there are enough positions to compensate themselves. If they want to compensate themselves, they will get that compensation. There are still boards now. There are other parastatals. There are ministries ministries. We have ministries. We have it's called MDAs. Ministries. There are departments. There are agencies. There are boards that they will still need chairmen.
We only have one person from Oyo State, though.
For now, the second list. I'm talking about the second list.
I have all the 47 here.
Okay, one person from. So that's it. It's a very legitimate feeling. It's a legitimate complaint, and I'm sure the Lagos State Governor we'll look into it and find something for the aggrieved. That's what they call themselves, the aggrieved faction.
Okay. Now we'll move to the happening in Niger Republic. Now, the General Abdul Rahman Chani-led military junta in the Republic of Niger is planning on recalling the Nigerian ambassador to Nigeria after failing to come to terms with the delegation of the ECOWAS on the return of democracy to Niger. The junta is also planning to recall Nigerian ambassadors to Togo, the United States, and France as it pushes to evict French and the US troops in the country, while declaring an end to all the memorandum of understanding between France and the Republic of Niger. Now, I think they are also wanting the Russian troops to come in Niger. Apparently, the Russian has been of more help to them than French. Now, on them recalling the ambassador from Nigeria or to Nigeria to Togo to the US to France back. This is just the military doing what it wants, right?
Yes, it's they probably don't want. There is this opera. Yes, there is this opera against President Bola Tinubu.
Yes,
in Nigeria. Yes, so I think they really do not want to have anything to do with Nigeria for now. And the post that we hold in ECOWAS does not really make us much of an ally. You understand? So they see us as an enemy. And don't forget that Mali and Burkina Faso had also said that any attempt to is a declaration of war against them. So they want to sever as much ties as they can sever from Nigeria. I think that's what this recalling of the ambassadors. I think that's what it means. And well, I think they have found a new friendship in Russia. I just do not know where that will lead them. Honestly, I don't know where it will lead the Niger, and I honestly don't know where it will lead the West Africa as a region. You see, ECOWAS should try and play the role that they want to play. They should be very very careful in playing it at this time because it looks like this their nerves are frayed, like they are edgy. These people that have successfully carried out coups in their states, I think they are edgy, and there's this desire in them to sweep through all the West African states. There's the desire in them for every state in the West Africa to just turn it over and just have the military in power. So the ECOWAS side, I just hope that they will they will be able to handle it. You understand? Because honestly, I want to believe that this cry against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is because of the post that he holds as a chairman of ECOWAS and not particularly because he's the Nigerian president. Because I do not know what wrong we have done there. Because on the contrary, we have done a lot for Niger as a country. Don't forget, our former president Muhammadu Buhari was an ally. People said that's where his mother is from. That's where he's from. I don't know, but he was a friend to Niger. He was a friend to Niger Republic, and he said that much. He said if you disturb him when he was going, he said his people in Niger will defend him. He said his people in Niger will defend him. They were close. They were very very close. There was the refinery that they did there. There was the road. The former president did a lot for Niger. So I don't see the reason for that enmity. I do not know, except for the fact that okay, Nigeria is the chairman of ECOWAS. So whatever ECOWAS does is going to be visited on Nigeria.
And I think the Nigerians, I think they are actually happy about it. I saw a video of them rejoicing on the coup.
Yeah, that's what we are seeing, but I'm sure that's not the totality of the country. There's no how something will happen and we will not see people that are for and people that are against. You understand? People are going to be divided at this time, and whatever narrative suits the government in power,
It will give.
yeah, is what they will push out for the international community to consume. So whatever suits the government is what the media, you, you understand, because they are regulated. The media is regulated right now. So they give them the materials to push out. So if peradventure we have like 1,000 people gathered at a place per time, rejoicing, they will just push it out. That's what they will tell the media outlets to just push out. So people will believe that Nigerians are happy with the overturn.
35-year-old interim leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, quizzes at the 2023 Russia-Africa Summit. He says, how can Africa, which has so much wealth and mineral resources, be the poorest continent in the world? Now, of course, there are a lot of meetings these guys are having on maybe it's just liberation, another form of liberation from the colonial masters. What's your take?
What liberation are you talking about? Now they are leaving France, they are going to Russia. So where is the liberation there? We're just deceiving ourselves. We have not been rid of these people. And I don't think we can ever be rid of these people. We are deceiving ourselves. So it looks like we can't even stand on our own. We can't stand by ourselves. Because what does it mean? You are leaving France, you are denouncing France, you are embracing Russia. So you are saying, okay, we are not okay with France colonizing or recolonizing us, but we are okay with Russia's. What's that? So forget about liberation. We are not liberated yet. We are not liberated in our minds. We are not liberated physically. We are not liberated financially. We are not. We keep running to these people. We keep running to them.
Rwanda imposes curfew to curb noise pollution. For effective regulation of nighttime entertainment and noise pollution, the cabinet established closing time of non-essential services at 1 a.m. on working days and 2 a.m. on weekends, effective from September 1st. However, nightclub owners have criticized the move, saying it will hurt their businesses. Last month, Rwanda's Ministry of Environment released comprehensive guidelines outlining the prevention and control measure of noise pollution for different locations and time of the day. According to the new regulation, the sound level should not exceed 55 decibels during daytime and 45 during nighttime in residential areas, and on and on. Now, the what they're doing now is to regulate noise pollution as much as possible. So if you're going to hold a party or whatever, on working days, end it by 1 a.m. Non-working days, 2 a.m. Weekends, 2 a.m. Go to your house and rest.
Is it party now or club
Clubs
activities?
and club activities.
Yes, they can regulate the parties, and they can actually even regulate the clubs, but they can't stop them because it will affect their businesses. That's their own business. Nightlife business is what people build on, is what some people build on. So you have to just, I think they should just regulate it. They can get all of them, mandate all of them to get noise-proof doors. So their noises don't go out. See, the noises you are making, the music you are listening to at the club is not for people sleeping in their houses. It is for those inside the club, within the premises of that club. So they should tell them the perimeters of their noise. They should give them limits. You understand? They should give them distances where they should just find a way to regulate it because it's some people's businesses. People go to clubs, people just want to enjoy themselves, people want to unwind, people want to relax, people even go there for business meetings. So I think the regulation is better. Regulation is better, and serious regulation is better.
A video of a women's 100-meter race during the 31st Summer World University Games in Chengdu China has gone viral on social media. The clip is making waves for the performance of one particular athlete from Somalia, Nasar Nasra Abubakar Ali, who reportedly completed the race in 21 seconds. The video shows other female athletes gearing up for the race and taking the stance before the start, while Miss Ali struggled to even do that. She doesn't appear to be fit, and as soon as the buzzer rings, the crouching athletes race ahead, leaving Miss Ali far behind. Other athletes quickly finished the race, but Miss Ali, to her own sweet time, took her time to reach the end, jumping on the track in between. And now social media users are berating the Somalia Ministry of Youth and Sport for sending the untrained athletes for a high-profile event catalogued by some already as the worst athlete in history who has participated in said games within the Queen's Test of Speed. Miss Ali came in last, establishing a record for slowest finish in the history of the competition. And she's said to be related to the president of the Athletic Federation from the African country. You need to see this lady. Oh, I showed you. She wasn't fit. Someone even said that they don't think she ever had to walk fast in her life, not to talk of having to run. And they are calling that the ministry, or those in the Ministry of the Youth and Sport, should step down.
It's not for everyone in the ministry to step down. It's for the decision maker. It is for the head of that federation to, before he or she even steps down, it is for him or her to come out and explain to the people why he or she chose that person. Because there must have been a reason for it. Because even if you want to use legs, if you want to use man no man, if you want to leverage on your relationship on someone to get a position, I think you should at least get yourself prepared for that position. Like Yorubas will say, see, now they got her that slot. They got her that opportunity. But was she even I even saw her stature. I cannot believe that she's not pregnant. I find it very difficult to believe she's not pregnant. Even the way she dressed on the day, she was different from the rest of the athletes. Why? Why do we do this? Honestly, if they were going to even use the relationship, okay, she's a relative, let her represent. And why should she even represent because she's a relative, not because she's competent? She was a misfit, a total misfit from the get. See, from looking at her like this, you would just know that she was not supposed to be there. She didn't dress for the occasion. She was not physically fit, and eventually she ended it. I saw it. She was far behind, like she just came to play.
And the way she jumped.
And at a point, she even started hopping on one leg and the other leg. She even stopped running entirely. What is that? And she was chosen to represent Somalia. She was chosen to represent a country. Why? Why? I think the best of us should represent the rest of us. Even if she was going to represent, should they not have prepared her for it? Should she not have prepared for it? Should she not have practiced? Look at other athletes. Look at how trained. Look at how serious, how focused they looked. She was just there, flanging her leg, looking at her feet. I saw her so not composed. Look at her. She was even wearing one knicker.
And the leg is underneath.
I don't know. Why was she dressed like that? This is what we are just seeing it in athletics now. It's what happens everywhere. This is how we do in Africa. This is how we do.
Well, in a press release posted to its social media page, the Association of Somali Universities said it has not appointed any athlete to compete in the event. The Somali Athletics Federation has reportedly agreed to launch an investigation into how Ms. Abubakar was selected. The incident is not the first time Somali has sparked controversy with its choice of athletes at the International Athletics event. In 2016, Marianne Moose ran a sluggish time of I think that's 1 hour, 10 minutes, 14 seconds in the 400-meter race at the Rio Olympics. The average time for the event is about 48 seconds. However, many praised the runner for seeking to take part in the race and for defying the tough conditions faced by Somali women seeking to take part in high-level sports. At the 2012 Olympics in London, Zamzam Mohammed clocked a time of 1 hour, 20 minutes. I think I'm not getting the time right. Some 30 seconds behind the winner. The athlete was reported.
It is 1 hour, 20 minutes, 48 seconds.
She was reportedly subjected to death threats throughout the games from some in Somalia who believed women should not participate in sports. So there's a whole lot surrounding women in sports.
It's not about women in sports. Forget about that one. Don't go there. Don't even go there. See, women in sports, people leave that one. I'm not going to humor them to start even talking about women in sports. If your country does not support women going into sports, that is your business. Sort that one out amongst yourselves. Don't come here and be disgracing everyone. If Somalia does not want its women participating in sports by now, 2023, then it's their business. Their activists should fight it out. There are women organizations, there are women associations, there are first ladies, there are whoever is going to be in the position to fight it, should fight it out for them. But this case is a peculiar one. They are saying here that no one authorized her to go and run. So how did she get there to run? Tony, I'm asking, how did she get there to that stage to run? So she took herself from her house. Abby, she took herself, she put her name there, she registered herself, right?
Or maybe she assured somebody, don't look at my body, I can run. I'm a very good.
Then someone put her there. That is going to put a hole, is going to burst the bubble of this let me not use the word. This narrative. How can you say nobody authorized her to represent? How can you say that? She didn't go there by herself. Except they just want to make her the fall guy.
Oh. Maybe. Australia's National Gallery will return 3 9th and 10th century bronze sculptures to Cambodia after they were found to be stolen. It follows a decade-long investigation carried out by the two countries to determine the origin of the works. UK also will return its looted treasures. Poland quest to retrieve priceless Nazi looted art. And we also have Germany returning looted treasures to Nigeria. New York returns $19 million worth of stolen art to Italy, and all of that. Why they came to carry people for colonial reasons and slavery? Why did they carry artwork too and they stole it? Are we not supposed to use sanctions? When somebody steals, you punish the person in court.
No, you
After
cannot
return it.
You cannot sanction them. They are your masters now. You don't know. You cannot sanction them. They are even doing us a favor by returning. Yes. Now, we are even happy. We are happy that they are returning it at their own time. They have used it, they have looked at it, they have probably traded with it, and they feel it's time for them to return them now. So we can't sanction them. They are returning them. And you know what we are going to be doing now? We are even now going to start fighting where they should be returned to.
That's another case.
That is the case we are going to find very interesting and very important. We are going to be fighting if they should be returned to Benin or to Edo or to Oyo, or where they were taken from, or from Ife, then they would now start asking again, should they be returned to the ministry or to the museum or that?
Or to the palace.
Yes, those are the things that are important to us. Yes, yes, don't be surprised.
Oh wow.
That is our own important issue.
Now, the newly appointed SA to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilali, has said, "Gone are the days forever when any government spokesperson will talk down on Nigerians." So now this is an admittance that the government spokesperson have been talking down on Nigerians.
This Ngilali, I hope I'm pronouncing the
I hope we are pronouncing it right.
Yes, I think it's that. Let's just stick to Ajuri. At least Ajuri is Ajuri is simple enough. I think I'm going to start taking interest in this guy because I want to know what he does. Because as I sit here today,
Actually, some comments too.
as I sit here today, I don't even know what qualifies him for that post, except for man no man. I don't know. I'm just saying, and I stand to be corrected. Really, I don't know because I think it was with Channels Television or TVC. Then from there, he worked with from his time as a TV presenter, he got that appointment with the former administration, and from there now he's here again with this administration. So I'm just going to be I'll develop a kind of interest in his activities. I want to really see what he does and how he talks. Now he has said that there's not going to be that situation again. So he is admitting, and he also knows that some public office holders have talked down on Nigerians, and that's what they do. We know. I just hope that he's not going to start talking down.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of his programs. He was an investigative journalist, or still is.
Investigative.
That's said to be.
That title, it makes me chuckle every time. Investigative.
Why?
Who is not an investigative journalist? I beg you, leave that one.
Okay. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission has called for an amendment of electoral laws to permit voting by Nigerians carrying out essential duties during elections. The Commission noted that such persons include journalists, INEC officials, security personnel, and medical practitioners. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu made this known during the post-election review of the 2023 general elections. He said many Nigerians do not get the opportunity to vote because the law says one could only do so whenever he or she was registered. Most journalists on election day work in places other than where they are registered, so they didn't have the opportunity to vote. This doesn't only apply to journalists, it applies to INEC officials and the regular ad hoc officials, including security agencies and all of that. What do you think about this?
He has said the right thing, and that's the truth. We hardly get to vote because we are almost always here in the studio on election days, doing our jobs. Doctors are also going to be in the hospitals. I think INEC should try and take these centers round, these registrations. Let's try and take it round. Honestly, if it's not going to be a lot of logistics, I think there's nothing stopping them from having voting centers in almost all these places that he has mentioned. Honestly, because they are working. Some journalists are going to be traveling to different states to work. Some are going to be moving from one polling unit to another. And of all the places they are going to be covering, none of them is their registered center. You understand? So they should be allowed to vote anywhere they get to if they are interested in voting. Once they have their cards, they should know that they are on essential duties and they should be allowed to vote wherever they are. So if it's going to just reflect that okay, special workers. There's going to be another name for that. We can do that. So we don't keep disenfranchising people. We hardly get to vote.
And that most probably will increase the number of voters.
It will definitely. It will. Most journalists are running after these public figures. They are running after them, want to know where they vote, want to get their comments after the voting exercises. You understand? So we should be able to vote where we find ourselves. And doctors too, and all the people that the INEC chairman had mentioned, they should create something for them. The doctors should be able to vote. See, there is nothing, we have it. We can work out the logistics. INEC officials can take whatever machine they want to take and go from one hospital to another. You assign people to it. Yes, you can take them. Okay, you go to all these hospitals in the northeast. You go to all the hospitals in Ibadan South. Go to the hospitals. Then you know you are moving there. You collect the data, get the number of hospitals in the places, get the doctors that will be on duty. Then you take the accreditation, whatever. You take the beavers. Then you go and visit them in their hospitals. Let them cast their votes. It is workable.
Yes, it is. If we want.
It is workable. See, during the cash swap policy, they were taking it round to them in the north. They were taking cash, new notes to go and meet them. They were taking the new currency to go and meet them in their homes and their local government areas. So why can't they go around now? They can. They even went to people's houses to register them for elections.
True.
Yes, now. So why can't they take it round? It's here. It's in the southwest here that you won't see that.
The House of Representatives has announced plan to review the 11.3 trillion naira the federal government allegedly spent on refineries maintenance from 2010 to 2020. Bamidele Salam, chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, reviewed this during a briefing in Accra Thursday. He said the aim of the probe is to address the increasing cost of petroleum products due to the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, this probing, we keep having investigations, probing. Are they going to finally do something with whatever it is they find out? The results from it. Are they going to do something with the result of the probing now that they are properly probing the money spent?
2010 to
2020.
To 2020. Let's see. That's the question we always ask. What is going to come out of this probe? If you are not going to have a probe to probe the probe. Oh God. Honestly, if we don't end up probing the probing exercise, then we'll be happy if they come out with something tangible. If they can tell us, if they can give us that the figures, and they let us know how they have been able to spend that money, how they spent 1.3 trillion naira from 2010 to 2023 to 2020 on refineries. Right.
On repairing the refineries, 11.3 trillion naira.
11 or 1.3? 11.3 from 2010 to 20. That's for 10 years. Let me not deceive you. We cannot. It won't get anywhere. It won't get anywhere. Because as they go, this is what happens in this country. They will start sometimes with the intention and the ginger to really get it done. But see, when they start discovering some things, they start discovering themselves. They discover this. This one will take them to this. You understand? You rant about Fagbu, and they don't want the guru to Fagbu. So now, if they do not want this guru, I don't know guru and the Igbo in English now. If they do not want guru now to fight, then they have to stop it somewhere. Then it will become inconclusive. It will become inconclusive, or they will just quickly rush it and just pack it somewhere and make some recommendations that they themselves know will not work.
Canada has announced this streamlined immigration pathway for skilled workers with specific expertise in carpentry, plumbing, and welding. This was contained in a statement by the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenships Canada on Tuesday. Canada's express entry system is now tailored to provide a streamlined and efficient pathway for individuals with expertise in critical fields and all of that and all of that. Now, initially it was health workers, then doctors, now our artisans. Before you know that sector too, there's a brain drain. Will the government not quickly do something to make sure everybody wants to stay back?
I've told you, Tony, there is a brain drain everywhere, even in families. See, okay, just look around you now. Look at the artisans that you are even calling your artisans now. How many of them are even up to the task?
When you keep them working, you pray.
How many of them? How many of them even know these jobs? And now they are even calling for the best of them to come. The best of these ones that we have to come. And nothing is going to stop it. They are going to go. And people that are not even artisans will start learning to go through this path. You understand my point? A man now, a full-grown man, a family man, that's probably a civil servant or a business owner, will start learning carpentry or whatever he knows he can do with his hands. He will just quickly go and intensify the training and he will go with this route.
An airline passenger was caught allegedly stealing 1 million naira on board a flight from Abuja to Port Harcourt. And I saw the video. I don't know how he was able to steal it and put it in his wallet, I think in dollars or something. But he packed it in dollars. He was well dressed. Somebody's father. He looks respectable. You will not suspect. I don't know how they caught him. First things first. Anybody can do whatever they like with their money. But carrying around that amount of money, my first question is questionable. There are two. The liver he had to go and carry out that atrocity.
It was probably not his first time.
Yeah.
Yes, so he definitely knew this is the man.
Yes.
That's to
Exactly.
the big man.
He's a big man. He wasn't even so faced when he was caught. He was calmly taking out whatever it is he needed to take out.
Okay, he returned the money.
They caught him now. He doesn't have choice.
So I'm sure he is he's a professional. He's a professional. And you talked about carrying that amount of money. I'm sure there is a certain amount that you can carry with you. So probably it falls within the range of the cash that you can take with you because that's not in question here. So I'm sure it falls within. But how did he go? How did he succeed? Okay, and you that you know that you have such amount of money in your, where did he take the money from? Wallet, purse, bag,
I don't even know.
hand
I just saw his
luggage.
wallet where they were taking out.
So where did he steal the money from?
Maybe he even trailed the person who was.
Probably, and he must have seen the person put it in his bag, and he must have seen the person drop the bag somewhere. You understand? Because I honestly don't know. An amount of cash like this should be on your person. Or what do you think? If you are holding this kind of money,
Yeah,
it should not be in your bag, and you have placed the bag where you can't even see.
Maybe just to dissuade any thief so that they won't think something important is inside.
This one knew. He must have seen him put the money there because he couldn't have just been ransacking the bags. You understand, randomly, because anybody could have asked him. Anybody could have seen him to ask what he was doing. It's really not clear to me, honestly. I don't know.
Now, on entertainment, we've had this drama going on for a just before we open the phone lines. We've had this drama going on for a while now, and I can't wrap my head around it because I keep thinking maybe it's kids. I keep thinking it's kids or it's cruise, but with the way it's going, it's not cruise because this is about Yule Doche.
Okay.
His mom has countless times posted stuff against himself and his new wife, and now his first wife has filed for a divorce.
His mom.
Yeah.
His Rita is mom.
Yes.
Hmm?
Then his first wife filed for a divorce, and his reaction was himself and his new wife dancing to it. Now his father has reacted, saying that a someone who brings a maggot infested insect or so is indirectly calling the lizard to come and feast. That was his reaction to Yule and all that he's doing.
Hmm.
Do you think this is not ordinary? His actions. I mean, he just started doing it just after his son's death.
Yes, it's you can say it's not ordinary. If it's not ordinary, then what is it? It's extraordinary. See, when it comes to a man and a woman, you honestly sometimes the more you look, the less you see. You know, Pete Doche had refrained from interfering in this matter, in this new marital issue. At first, he said that he was his own man, that he was old enough to make his decision, that he wasn't going to interfere. That was when Ayu was going to take Judy as a second wife. He said he is matured enough to take his own decisions, and I think he has left him to make his decisions. So now he's saying that if you are how did you put it now?
Maggot infested
Yes, you are inviting the lizard.
lizard.
It's honestly it's a family matter, and you really will be deceiving yourself if you think you know everything that is happening. You don't know. You probably don't know half of what is happening there. It's what we see that we see, and we cannot continue to conclude on a quarter of the whole issue. Now, May has filed for divorce and asking for 100 million naira in damages. Good luck to her.
I know I
The
said
best.
before the phone lines, but let's just take this. The Ogun State government tweeted, in our efforts to cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal, which has led to the rising cost of transportation in the entire nation, we made a promise to provide electric-powered motorbikes for those who relied solely on this means of transportation. While at the Republic of Benin yesterday, we had a test drive of some of the motorbikes that our administration will soon distribute to deserving transporters and members of our society as a way of easing the financial pressure orchestrated by the increase in fuel price. It's good. Will there be light to charge it?
Well, I think NNPC had said something
They've
about
not
it
started.
before. Yes, that there will be charging ports or charging points in their depots, their stations. So I think the government should see. We should try and even see the positives in these efforts by our leaders sometimes really because yes the world is moving away from oil so let's try and rely less also on oil. Let's see other things that we can do. Let's see other ways of making our lives easier apart from oil, you get. So that's why I would support this one. It's a great one. It's a good initiative, but it should be seen to a logical end. They should plan it well. It's not like you're going to be driving your electric bike and you get to a place you are stuck because there's no yes and it's blinking low battery and you are walking the next 1 kilometer nowhere to charge. You get to this point, there's no power. You get and you have to abandon or you start pushing except you can turn to manual when are out of power. So I think we have to plan it well. It's not something we can just rush into. They should plan it well. They should get charging ports, and if it is solar, they are going to be, and they should see alternative power supply also. They should not rely on electricity, on government electricity to power these things because it's going to fail. So they should have alternative.
This is the point where we open the phone lines so our listeners can contribute. And the studio lines to call 08107812544 or 09153029992. You can still drop your comments on the platforms. We will still be able to take them. Please don't forget to turn down the volume of your radio set before you call in. 08107812544 or 09153029992. We have reactions to the things said here. DJSJ says, probing the process. And he also says, handicap at me. Sorry for that. The studio lines again 08107812544. 09153029992. Please, once again, don't forget to turn down the volume.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, this is Ugo Robert.
Go ahead.
From England. I just want to ask a question about this subsidy.
Okay.
I think before Buhari came into office, he said subsidy was a scam, was a fraud. And Buhari, after Buhari left, Tinubu came in and he said, I'm supposed to. I think what we need to know now, what you need to tell us is, to tell us how much is the cost of production. If you don't know the cost of production, the next person will still come around and say, you have most of it. The next one will come and say, so when you don't know the cost of production, how will you know if subsidy has moved or not? That's my question.
Thank you. Well, it's one of the many questions that we have asked, and we are still asking about this subsidy of the thing. But it looks like the government just wants us to look away from everything and just move on. Like we should just forget about the past, about subsidy, forget who was getting what, forget who was giving what, and forget who was stealing what, and just move on.
And don't rest.
From this point that we have removed subsidy, let's move on.
We're still taking calls 09153029992 or 08107812544. And your comment.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, this is Udo. I'm calling from Monia.
Go ahead.
Okay. I have two, of course, one is the question and one is I want to know. Number one question is the ministerial nominee. The governors, it's up 8 years. Some people, ministers, they have left and then they call them also. Are they the only qualified people in Nigeria to hold those ministerial positions? That one apart. Number one, concerning Niger, the crisis here in Niger. Look, our people say, if you catch bushfowl, come on, then the fowl at home, let them wash out.
Thank you. So on the question on the ministerial list,
Yes, he asked if they are the only ones that are qualified. It's a recycling process, and we've said that much on the program. Is what everyone is asking. Are they the only ones? People just left their posts as governors, and some just even left as senators. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, I'm
Go ahead.
said when they were removing stuff, if you remove his own brother, this is corruption. You can now see that corruption will mess up the removal of the subsidy. Because there is an argument now. The government is saying they have paid 1 billion naira. Labour is saying that it is not true. So it is corruption that will not allow anything meaningful to come out of the removal of the joint of subsidy.
Thank you. 08107812544 0919992. We have responded a lot of topics. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, I'm John. And I want to comment that this is good news for the comment this morning. Even the amount of pressure has some concerned citizens to speak on the face of the nation. And I commend your statement this morning on the face of the nation. Even with the intervention of Baja in the African crisis, which was a lucky of the intervention achieved absolutely nothing. And you said they are enjoying everything. I thank you for that word. Not even that, even living in Pandemania, yet the masses are left to wonder, being told to persevere. What is a joke, not the meaning of it. About doing what they put there, Paraye, on the time of Pakataraja. It is left for the masses to take their destiny in their hands. Unfortunately, Nigeria is a country that cannot solve anything. John, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. John. 08107812544 09153029992. We can still take your comments if you drop them on the platform. Official Maestro Petals on Telegram and 07055566624 on WhatsApp. 08107812544 or 09153029992. We talked about the appointment of Dr. Abdullah Gantije as the new APC chairman. We discussed on the coup happening in Niger Republic and the reactions from the military in charge. We also talked about INEC wanting essential service providers to be able to vote. We discussed on the Lagos doctor who lost a life as a result of the accident in the elevator. We also talked on the NLC. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I might see one part. Concerning the appointment of Gandhi, this is the era of that big, those who are carrying baggages to be elected as one. You know what happened when the Senate president was to come up? So everybody is carrying baggages, so there's nothing so special about Gandhi becoming the chairman of the ruling party. Thank you.
Thank you. 09153029992 or 0915302. Okay, I'm repeating the same number. 08107812544. I recounted the stories we've checked so far. You can pick any of them to talk about. Please try as much as possible not to derail from these stories. I'll take the numbers again. 08107812544 or 09153029992. We also talked about the no work, no pay to be sanctioned on the striking resident doctors in Nigeria. 08107812544 or 09153029992. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from the story from your last. I just want to appreciate you people for your effort in giving the public society some encouragement, particularly the younger women of this generation. We have been doing a fine job, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed, and I thank for you, for your institution, and for the country at large. For your love.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
08107812544 or 09153029992. Is today a public holiday?
No, today's not a public holiday.
Telegram. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to the madam in the house.
Good morning.
My name is Wally. I'm calling from Adebari. So I just want to commend you guys. Something particularly struck me from what Madam DC said this morning. The quote which really went down with me. Well, she said the best of us should lead the rest of us. This should be our watchword as Africans. It should be our watchword as Nigerians. We should endeavor that our leadership processing system throws in to us, throws up there for us, the best of us, so that we can find ourselves in better position in the near future. So, Madam, this is thank you for that quote. The best of us lead the rest of us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, but I won't take credit for it. I think I must have read it somewhere also, or I heard it somewhere. So, thank you.
Thank you. We can still take one or two more calls. 08107812544 or 09153029992. Again, 08107812544 or 09153029992. So I asked if it was a public holiday because our Telegram participants.
Maybe we are in the spirit of protest. Okay. We thought there was going to be strike. Now there is no strike. We thought the protest would continue, but now the protest was so
on hold. So
it's like we just decided to
just rest.
Exactly.
I think that will be all on today's edition of the TGIF. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show. It's always a fun with you.
Thank you. It's always good to be here also. Thank you for having me.
Please join us next week. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume of your radio.
Turn down the volume on your radio.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you clearly now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this program is a very good one. On the issue of Tgif, please, if there is a way of convening it to the president, he should please carry a little bit and change his mind from going to Niger to wage war. We have enough problem in the country which he has not fixed, and this is he don't promise us to be waging war around the world. We are suffering here, seriously suffering. We are suffering. We wanted to react. It took us to court to seek injunction. And up to now, he is saying he will do this, he will do that. Nothing. We are almost dying. You should please allow us to breathe. Please. If he cannot do it, he can throw in the towel. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
We hope you won't throw in the towel, and we hope you'll be able to do something soon. But as the head of the ECOWAS, I'm sure he has to intervene in what is happening.
Yes, exactly. But I think the last caller is just appealing to him to tarry a little and just be very, very careful in the intervention. I think that's a good call.
And that will be the last call we'll be taking today. Join us next week for another beautiful edition of the Headlines, the TGIF edition of the Headlines. My name is Tony Adiri. Have a wonderful weekend.
Say bye-bye. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Too many names there to mention. Okay, bye.